soundtrack.
Hey y'all. So I hear a lot of people say that they don't understand or know why a lot of black people talk about representation and why it's so important. Well, for me, I can't speak on other people, but for me, when I was growing up, I didn't see anyone who looked like me talking about infertility, their motherhood journey, what else? Miscarriages, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that. And I feel like, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but I feel like as a black person, we are taught that what happens in this house stays in this house. And sometimes we don't realize how, like, something that we're going through or our testimony could help someone else. And when I started my my motherhood journey, going through fertility treatment and going through, like a miscarriage and, like all those things, I didn't see anyone that looked like me talking about it. I didn't see anyone even talking about if they struggled with, like getting pregnant, if they were having irregular periods, like none of that, like absolutely none of that. So when I started doing my research, or like as I was growing up, I had to lean on other people who didn't look like me. And yeah, I could relate to some of the stuff that they were saying, and they could relate to some of the stuff that I was saying. But at the end of the day, I feel like it would have been more helpful if I had someone that that looked like me, or that had the same experiences like me as a black woman. And that's another reason why I'm starting this channel. Like, I hope my testimony, my journey helps another woman, because looking back now, I wish I would have been able to have someone that I could have related to. I feel like there's some things that I probably could have avoided if there was someone that was more relatable. But yeah, and I wish more women, black women, would talk about certain issues that they're going through, instead of always having the mindset of what happens in this house stays in this house, because you never know how something that you're going through could help another woman, or even another young lady, or another young teenager, or another little girl. And for this video, I'm going to talk about my journey to getting pregnant. And I'm normally a private person, but like I said a few minutes ago, I feel like my testimony, my journey, it could help someone. So I hope it does.
A year before I became pregnant, only a few people close to me knew I had been undergoing fertility treatments. It was an extremely stressful process of going back and forth to the doctor, taking pills, and getting shots. I battled with disheartening and depressing emotions because my body was not doing what it was designed to do, and for most of my life, I hated my body. 6 months before my daughter was conceived, I experienced multiple miscarriages. I have no idea why people think it's okay to say things like, everything happens for a reason, or it'll happen again, or it just wasn't the right time. Those words were not what I wanted or needed to hear, and in my opinion, it made me feel worse. Comments like that are just a constant reminder of how a woman is incapable of doing something that other women are known to do. I was in the 5th grade when I got my first period. I was in the school restroom bleeding and had to tell my best friend to go get the nurse. I had blood all over the place and it was scary. It was really scary. I didn't know what was going on. I honestly didn't know what was going on. I hadn't had that conversation with no one. Like I said, it was blood all over the place, and it was a scary moment for me and all the other girls in the restroom. I didn't know what was going on, and neither did they. It wasn't a norm for girls to begin their periods so young, and my mother had not yet talked to me about the periods, puberty, or sex. I was bleeding, and I thought I was either sick or dying. All I knew was that blood meant something was wrong. The nurse arrived and said, "Oh, Javon, you're okay. You're just starting your period." I was like, what is that? Why am I bleeding down there? My friend tried to comfort me as best as she could. A year later, I was told by the doctor that I would never be a mother, and if I did get pregnant, I would have multiple miscarriages or maybe even a stillbirth. She showed me an ultrasound, and it looked like I had spider webs on my ovaries. But she told me it was multiple cysts. She explained to me that's why I was having irregular periods, and that's why it was very painful. Even though I was a child, she was very blunt in her delivery. She explained to me that's why I was getting fat, because I had insulin resistance. Can you imagine being told that as a little girl? From that moment on, I knew that I had PCOS. I knew that I was infertile. I knew that I would never have a normal life. I knew that I wasn't a normal female. I knew that I would not be like the other little girls. My friends were envious of my irregular periods growing up because sometimes I would go months without having a period. They didn't understand. I remember there would be times that if I didn't shave, I would be walking around looking like a wolf. There are so many things that people don't know about women who have PCOS, like the woman being infertile, having issues with becoming bald, or being too hairy, or having irregular periods, or having issues with being insulin resistant, being pre-diabetic, or, having problems with losing weight or gaining too much weight, or it's just so many issues, and it's not talked about because people don't really take it serious. But that's another video. I'll go into detail about that in another video. Looking back, I didn't accept that I was going to be a mother until it was time to give birth. I had become so accustomed to disappointment. I always tried to avoid getting attached. Just in case something bad happened, like another miscarriage or even worse, a stillbirth. When I realized I finally was going to become a mother to a baby girl, something in me said it's time to be a role model. Becoming a mother literally changed my life. Like, y'all just don't understand. When I say my daughter changed my life, I mean that. My daughter literally changed my life. I'm not saying that every woman should become a mother, or that the only time a woman will be complete is if she becomes a mother, but in my life, my daughter has completed me in ways words will never be able to describe. I had to stop allowing people to take me for granted, whether it was family, friends, coworkers, or a significant other. I also had to stop allowing myself to be mistreated. My defining moment was the moment I became a mother. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting a little emotional. The birth of my daughter opened my eyes to a lot of things, and having my daughter empowered me, giving me the courage to change my life and to be the woman I knew I had the potential to be. Becoming a mother caused me to want to be a better person and also to do better in life. I hope this video inspires others. Looking back, I wish someone had told me what love was and what it truly wasn't. But when I was growing up, it just wasn't discussed like that. I have the opportunity and responsibility to teach my daughter to never settle. I can teach her the importance of self-love and let her know she can do anything she puts her mind to. She will understand that being a woman is more than just a title and is never based on whether she is a wife or a mother. I am ready to be the role model for my daughter and women everywhere. It took giving birth to my daughter to awaken the strong woman inside of me, and I am proud of the woman I have become. When I reflect and look back over my life, I have realized that being diagnosed with PCOS, it made me settle in my life. And I can admit that now. It took some time to heal and look back over my life. And I'm aware of how I did allow society to affect me in a negative way, because I felt like, oh, I'm a woman, and if I don't have children, if I'm not able to have children, then that makes me less of a woman, and that shouldn't be the case. So to all the ladies out there, if you're struggling with fertility issues, don't let that make you feel like less of a lady, because you shouldn't feel that way. Don't let society make you feel less than, okay? So I'm here to let you know, don't settle for that. You're way much better than that, okay? Stay positive. Wishing you all the best.